What's going on, YouTube? So, something has came to my attention, and I decided to kind of vent about it and see what you guys thought of it. And I'm not going to make this video too long, I'm not going to make it too lengthy, so I'm not boring you guys to death. And I am using a phone, so I do apologize for the poor quality in advance. So, if you are watching this, you might want to put your video quality on HD. But my question is, I'm a gamer, okay? I'm not just any gamer. I'm mainly Call of Duty, Battlefield, Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel. And, I've played on both future-gen consoles and things like that, and they're really nice. Oh, they are so nice. And I would love to get one day. But the fact of the matter is, I can't afford them, and I have bills to pay, so it's just kind of how life works. But my big question is, last-gen consoles. Let's bring that subject up. Right. On last-gen consoles, the Xbox 360, Black Ops 3, if we compare it to Black Ops 2 when it was released, Black Ops 2 did not have connection issues at all when I played it. I played it when it was brand new. I pre-ordered it. And it was a great game. It had a really great story mode. And I know all of us, 360 users were really excited, for the campaign and that. And we just decided, well, you know what, we're not going to get the campaign, but we'll get it for the multiplayer. I'm one of those people who bit the bullet. A lot of players were actually disappointed that we didn't get the campaign. And a lot of people were really mad that they gave it to PS3, but they wouldn't give it to 360, so it was kind of like Microsoft didn't stand up for us in that sense. And what I mean by that is basically, Sony made a contract, alright? Activision contacted Sony and said, hey, we want to release this game on your last-gen console. And they made a contract about it, and Sony pretty much said, either you give us the campaign, or we're not releasing your game. So naturally, they did that for the PlayStation 3. Xbox was just like, okay, go ahead, don't give them the campaign, just put in the multiplayer since it can't fit for our console. Which is kind of ironic, because Advanced Warfare, they weren't going to put the campaign in for that either, but they went ahead and did that, and the Xbox 360 was capable of running it. So, it's more like they didn't want to spend money on a second disc, and they probably would have made more money. That's the ironic thing. They would have made more money from that, because I don't see them losing money for, I don't know, we'll say $250, and there's about 100,000 people, 50,000 people that would probably bought that game, had they put the campaign on it. But they didn't do that. And basically what they gave us was a shitty PS2 graphics version of a multiplayer game. And not only that, they're not fixing the connection issues on Xbox 360 or PS3. So kind of my big thing for Activision and my big question for them is, if you're not going to fix the glitches and the hacking and, we report players to you, but it doesn't seem like you do anything about it. You don't even send us a message like, hey, this problem's been solved, like Microsoft does whenever you report them. But my big issue is the fact of, if you're not going to do anything about this on these consoles, then how do we know truly that whenever issues pop up on the one, that they're going to be fixed? It's just kind of something to think about. And I know most of you guys got an Xbox One. Most of you probably have a PlayStation 4. Those of you that don't can probably sympathize or relate to this video. In other words, sorry, I didn't mean sympathize, I meant relate. Most of you can relate to this video. Those of you that can relate, just kind of a question. Why? I mean, why are we getting less? Because, they're not raising the prices for people to get the campaign, but they're expecting us to pay as much for just the multiplayer. PlayStation 3 still had to pay $60 for the campaign and the multiplayer, which I wouldn't mind so much, but you kind of ripped us off. Those of us that play Xbox 360, you ripped us off and gave us a shitty campaign and gave us shitty fucking graphics. And I'm not going to guarantee that my disc will read, because my disc reader, I think, is either starting to go out in my Xbox 360 or it needs to be redone. But I'm going to try to show you guys a little bit of evidence here as to what I'm getting at. Give it a minute to load. See if it's going to load. If it isn't going to load, then I'll just explain really quick. And I am going to have to rotate, like I'll have to flip my phone so that you guys can see from the front view camera, because unfortunately on this I don't have the option once I start recording to, yeah, it's not going to work. And that's another thing too, is it's like they started making the disc cheaper as well, so they scratch easier inside your Xbox. So it kind of feels like Activision has just pretty much said fuck you to the Xbox 360. And that's the thing as well, is like, if that's true, then why did you even release this game? Because, I mean, those of us that have played Call of Duty from the time we were 10 years old to we're in our 20s now, I'm 22. I know I probably don't look it, but I am 22. But that's on a totally different subject. Just kind of a question here, like, why would you charge us more, like, the same amount for someone who paid for the campaign in the game? And the multiplayer graphics are so freaking crap, it is ridiculous. It is basically like you went back a generation. It was like they released it for PS2, not the Xbox 360. Granted, the gameplay is amazing. I have nothing to say bad about the gameplay. Gameplay for me, for the multiplayer, I'd give it 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 is what I'd give it. I have nothing bad to criticize about the multiplayer. But the only thing I have to criticize about the multiplayer and connection-wise is I keep getting disconnected from servers, and I don't think as a 360 person you should be having that issue. And I know my bandwidth isn't an issue because I get 15 megs a second. But it's just kind of a question I've been wondering really, is like, why are we paying the same amount when we didn't get and for those of you that are going to say, well, they're going to do that. Well, here's the thing. Even whenever Advanced Warfare wasn't supposed to, come with campaign or whatever, they still included an install disc so you could install the campaign to your console, but you'd still have to put the game disc in. Okay? So if they were willing to do that with Advanced Warfare, and granted, Advanced Warfare, it pretty much bombed in sales. Like, it did terrible after, I think it was Modern Warfare 3, and then it was like Advanced Warfare, I think. Might have been Black Ops 2. I think it's Black Ops 2. Yeah, it's Black Ops 2 and then Advanced Warfare. Sorry, guys. But for those of us that did that, like, just think about it. Is it really worth our money? I mean, are we really getting what we paid for? Because we're giving money to these big companies like this, and they're not giving us basically the quality or, the things that we need. And those of you that say, well, hackers are going to be everywhere, who doesn't hack anymore? I'm not a hacker. Everything I have done is legit. Everything I play is legit. Like, you can go through my gamer score. In 5 years, I have accumulated a total of 19,615 gamer score. So, honestly, I didn't play that many games. I still have games that I haven't even gotten any achievements on. I could probably get it higher. I could get it to 20,000 in maybe 2 days if I wanted to. But, it's just kind of a thing, really, that just I wanted to ask you guys about. Because I thought that was kind of ridiculous that they wouldn't fix this. But, everyone I've talked to that owns an Xbox One does not have these issues. So, I guess Activision, I hope one day you see this video and you just kind of respond. Are you guys going to, are you guys going to do something about this? Because if not, then what reason do I have to buy your next game? And I think I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for everybody who is still on a 360, whether it be little kids. And, I'll get on that subject, a completely different topic and a completely different video for later. But it's just kind of something I wondered. Like, if you guys aren't going to fix this, then why should I play your game? It's just kind of a question. So, that's my rant for now. I'll see you guys later. Hope to see you guys soon. I'll have more videos coming. I'm going to try to post a video a day. Anyway, peace out.